So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was in the grandstand, well, the bleachers of my 9-year-old grandson's baseball game the other day, and down in front of me on the front row, there was a little child about 3 years old, and all he was doing was saying, Mommy, why? So as I'm observing and thinking, I'm thinking, wow, I sure ran into a lot of old kids, maybe your age, thinking, why? Oh man, it's so confusing. I think we should talk about that today, huh? It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day, well, at least Monday through Friday. We take the weekends off. Our 19th season. This is episode 5061. Been doing this a very, very long time. My name is Scott Smith. Good to have you. And if you don't mind, I'm going to help you do some movement today, maybe a little motivation, a little inspiration, a couple of ideas to kind of rock your world, get you thinking just a little bit. I think it's going to work pretty well. I know it is, because I'm doing this a long time. I'm happy to have you here today. You know, man, this little kid down there, it's just crazy. It's one of those eye-opening experiences. Have you ever been there? You just kind of notice, you look at it, and time almost freezes. And certainly at a Little League baseball game, time does freeze. I mean, you're watching out these little guys trying to throw balls and catch balls, and pretty much every score is on an error, but it's fun to watch, right? Why? Why is my life not going the way it's going? Mommy, why can't I get my truck? Mommy, why can't I have that chicken nugget? I don't know. It just keeps on going your entire life. In fact, in the world we live in, you live in, grown-ass adults. I'm sorry, can I say that out loud? Well, sure, why not? Let's PG-13 show here, okay? In our world, there's a lot of whys going on. Why did that happen? Why did he do that to me? Why didn't I get what I wanted? Why did my plans not come true? Why am I not getting the money I want? Why? That's why I do my homework every single week. I ask, how's my life going? You should do it too at the end of today's show. You should say, how's my life going? In fact, if you want to, you can say, why is my life going this way? And take about 30 seconds and answer that. Let's put the why in play today. Why? Why not? We're still in the time of the year when people are goal setting, I think. Big-ass goals, I like to call them. They should be, because a big-ass goal is bigger than you. We'll talk about that more in just a second here. But it takes baby steps to achieve big-ass goals, doesn't it? And that's what we're going after. Humans have figured out that, by the way, and you're a human. 99.8% of the people listening to the Daily Boost podcast, we have determined through massive surveys, no, we just guessed, they're humans. There's a few that are not, and several that don't act that way either. And there's a couple of dogs in the studio from time to time. The truth is, why typically gets answered by a goal, and you go after it. But wait a second, which goal should I set? How about a lighthearted lecture for you? Now, you'll hear me say this a lot on this show. If you've been around for 19 years, you've heard it a lot. But you tell this to me, Scott, I've heard it before, but thanks for saying it again. I needed to hear it again. That's my job. You're welcome. If you're not setting goals that excite you, and you are establishing small habits that make them a reality along the way, you're probably not going to get them. In other words, if you don't have something to reach for, a big why to go after, why are you doing that? Because I have this great idea about what I want to do. I want to impact the world. Most people want to do that, by the way, in some way. If you're not doing little bitty, small steps along the way to do that, your reality is not going to arrive. You're just going to get day to day. It's kind of like, well, let's go to Las Vegas. Have you ever been to Las Vegas? Maybe you've taken a cheap flight out there, had some fun for the weekend, which is about all I can take. About 2 days, I'm good. Come home quick. But if you haven't done that and you walk into a casino in Las Vegas and you don't establish your why before you walk in the door, you're probably thinking the house has my back. I'm going to win. That's why they got these big buildings here. They made it here. They're going to call me in here. I'm going to enjoy the environment. They're going to give me some money. You're probably thinking that, right? Kind of looks that way, but that's not the case. So if you've been there before, you know that not to be the case. That's why most of us that have been there before, $20 in the slot machine, let's go to the buffet and see a show. It's what you call smart. That's a goal that saves us money and has some fun. Now, if you don't mind losing a little bit, you still might win. That's okay. You can play that game as well. But the house does not have your back. And I got to tell you, guys, ladies, my friends, in life, the house does not have your back. So when you got a big ass goal and you're asking why, what are you doing? Well, you're actually looking for your purpose in life to get out there and have an impact in the world. And I have news for you. The house doesn't have your back. That's not their purpose. So you better know yours. But wait, what if I don't know my purpose? Well, a long time ago, I realized that it was well beyond my pay grade to know somebody else's purpose. So I began giving this advice to my clients. If you don't know your purpose is to find your purpose. As simple as it sounds, it's freeing when you realize that all you really have to do today is keep an eye out for your purpose. Could it be that simple? Yes.
I see you.
Avatar: Fire and Ash is now streaming on Disney+. It's the film critics are calling the best Avatar yet.
Yeah. Go, 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 go!
A true epic and completely jaw-dropping.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
Return to Pandora on Disney+.
It will be an adventure for the whole family.
And watch the Oscar-winning phenomenon at home.
This is sick!
Avatar: Fire and Ash, now streaming on Disney+. Rated PG-13.
If you don't know your purpose is to find your purpose. Phew, man, that takes a lot of weight off my back, doesn't it? I have no idea what I'm doing. Let me go figure it out. I'm telling you, it's Scott Logic simple. And ultimately, the older you get and the more you kind of beat your head against the wall of life, the more you realize that's what it's all about. It's simpler than you think. Time will teach you that in time. Psychologists define purpose as a stable and generalized intention. Accomplish something personally meaningful that simultaneously leads to productive engagement with some aspect of the world beyond self. Let's go backwards. Beyond self. It's beyond you. Productive engagement. Oh, you want to be productive. Have an impact on the world. Something that is meaningful to you personally. Yeah, it makes sense. That's why we talk passion, purpose, meaning, and legacy. What could be more meaningful than happily seeking your purpose every single day? I mean, even if you don't know what it is, what could be more meaningful than that? I don't care what your big ass goal is, but I do care that you have one. I don't care what's going on in your life, but I do care something's going on. I don't care how frustrated or how excited you are. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of like walking in grace, just believing that everything's going to be okay. That all I have to do is find the things that are purposeful to me, bumble and stumble along the way, something that is passionate, gets my attention. That becomes purposeful. It happens almost automatically. I would guess sometimes you don't even know what's happened to you. Think back in time a little bit where you suddenly found yourself maybe a year or 5 years or 10 years later going, wow, man, how'd I get doing this? That was pretty cool. Or maybe you look back in time when you did something you actually loved to do and you find yourself not doing it anymore. You bumbled and stumbled into something else that distracted you, took you down that path that you didn't know you were going to go down. You just forgot, that's all. Maybe you set some goals along the way that weren't big and exciting for you. Maybe You lost your path on your purpose. You weren't intentionally getting out of bed looking for your purpose every single day. That's okay. We all do that. Life gets in the way. Lots of times it happens when you have kids, and about 18 years later, you start looking for your purpose again. You'll tell me I haven't nailed that one, huh? A purpose, an intention, meaningful, productive, beyond yourself. So if you did nothing else today at all, if you're looking for the big secret, the magical hack of life, it happens. And I got to tell you, as soon as you hack one thing, you get hacked by another. Happens all the time. But if you haven't found that yet, I'm not saying don't look for it, not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying life is kind of simpler than that. Life is bigger than that. You're very small in the big picture of life, but you can have a huge impact if you do the right thing. Just look for your purpose, where you find meaning beyond yourself in the world. Just look for that. And I guarantee you, you don't need a microscope or a magnifying glass to find it. It's in all my experience of coaching a lot of people, I can almost always tell you the very first time they talk to me, I already see it. I see what they don't see. And most of our time is getting them to look at it. That's what I want to do with you today. Just make yourself look at it, okay? Amazing. No matter how much life gets in the way, remember, you can do anything if you stand up, you take a step in your feet, but how long do you do that? I've been standing up and taking a step and repeating my entire life. Just keep going until you get what you want. What is what you want? Well, that's the purpose you figure out and the goal you set. Just keep going until you get it. That's the purpose of this show. So tomorrow what we're going to do, one of the best ways to get your day started is a morning show, a morning routine, if you will. Morning show. It's a morning routine. We'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow morning as we roll through this week, season 19. Man, it's going to be awesome. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow on The Daily Boost.